What's up, ASFX traders all around the world, wherever you're tuning in from? I appreciate you clicking on this video. I want to go over my previous trade I took this past Thursday, which we covered this morning actually, in our BSC Coaches Corner, where me, Tom, James, and Austin actually give each other feedback, as well as all of our other traders being able to watch, participate, ask questions themselves. So that way we're all improving. The coaches here in the BSC, we also want feedback and have areas to improve. And thankfully this week was mine, where I was on the hot seat, as we say. So we were able to look at my trade and see what I could have done better, because I know I could have had a better week. So I want to share that with you as well here on ASFX TV. So here first is the trade. It does look like my setup. Tom was telling me this is my setup. It's a first break and retest to my key level. We have the Asia range high. L50 could be a little bit better, but I kind of read it as it couldn't hold that sell zone earlier on in the day. Now it's back in the buy zone. Here on the left, the daily, we are in that bullish trend. But what's interesting was early on in the morning, right when I get to the desk, and then Tom in London, he was looking for shorts in and around here, maybe up higher, because the daily is overextended bullish, that we could see a pullback day, considering we failed to break above yesterday's high overnight. So the shorts did make sense. The L50 dropped into the sell zone, but he turned out to be wrong or early to that pullback day. So now that you break for a new high of day, which is also a new high of week, I think we can't fight the trend, and you just want to ride the bullish sentiment. So we get a new high of day, first pullback to my Asia range high, and you can see it actually, this is the signal here. I actually don't get in there. You wait 45 minutes, you see it pull back, it holds the Asia range high, but as well as the anchored VWAP. So with the non-perfect L50 later on in the session, after being short bias, being able to flip to the long bias, I wanted to give it time and almost confirmation, even though we'll never get it. But so I got in about around the same price as the A2, but I now saw it hold structure and I really liked it. So I felt like I needed to be in it. So you can see it does go 1.2R by the end of the session here, but I made some errors. I got out, pinned out right at the entry, and then it moves for a new high of day. So the thing I can learn from is I took a donut, which is what we never like, but I guess it's better than a loss. But I feel like I could have maybe executed a little bit better, because it was more outcome focused than process focused. My rules didn't tell me to get out. We're still holding the 8 and the 21 upshift. It still looks bullish. But it was my first trade back from, if you guys know, I was on vacation, and before that I was in Florida. So it had been a while. It had been almost 2 weeks since my last trade. I really wanted this first one to be good. I got back in the rhythm Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now it's Thursday. Okay, I got a setup. Let's get back into the groove of things and take trades again. So I just didn't really want to open myself up to a loss, which is more outcome focused than just sticking to the process, following my rules, finding one good trade. Although I do think I had some valid reasons to act how I did, I don't think it was what I want to do every time I'm in a trade. So you can see we kind of failed to make a new high of day after this A2, which is supposed to be the best price. So I didn't love the potential forming of a lower high from the high of day. L50 was swapping. And if you remember, I was bearish earlier on in the morning. So maybe this does want to paint a lower high and finish the day slightly bearish, because it is overextended on the daily 4 consecutive days. So I was almost iffy on if I liked the long bias for a longer time, because if you look from the A2 price itself, where I got out, it had been 4.5 hours and we're still not at 1R. And if you watch me on ASFX TV or anywhere, my best trades probably don't take that long. They're maybe an hour, 4 bars, 3, 5 bars. So not that I can't win after that, but 4.5 hours later and I'm still not at 1R. That's not the best setup. This should have won by now if it's a great trade. But again, there was no rules in my written plan to tell me to get out. So I just almost gave up on it. I'll come back tomorrow, scratch it, no harm done. We'll look for a better trade tomorrow, because this isn't really moving how I expected it to. It's now approaching 2 p.m. New York time, and I don't really trade at those hours. I want to be out of my trades. I don't want to look to hold into the evening or overnight. So I think it's just more process focused, but also realizing where you are during the day. I don't want to hold a forex pair into the evening. The trade could have been a good idea, yes, but it's just not playing out how we wanted. So I'm just going to use my discretion and get out. But again, this did cost me this time, as if I just held in without locking my stop. Even if I moved it, we were saying just the previous structure, so that loss would at least be less. You can see that never gets tapped. So it does go 1.2R. I could have had a winner to start the week, first day back from vacation and a little break. So I think just being process focused, not worrying about the outcome, losing money, losing the trade, losing your first trade. Just put your ego aside. What is the price action telling me? I got in at this price because I like the retest. It's still holding it. It's still in the upshift. It never turned to look bearish. So I'm almost predicting that, nope, this is going to be the lower high, and it's going to come lower the rest of the day. But that's just forecasting and predicting out of like fear rather than being hopeful that, nope, this is a good price. Everything says long about this. I like this trade. I'm going to stick through it. So I think I could have obviously made some money on this trade, but we will learn from it, move on from it, look to get better the next time and execute my trades better. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. You don't make the same mistakes that I do. And if you do, we'll grow from them. We'll dissect them. Where could we have done better? What caused us to feel that way or think that way or act that way? So it's not the end of the world. It's just a donut. We just don't want them all the time. But this way I can learn from it and get better from it immediately. So thank you, everybody.